Harper and HarperAudio present The Gut-Brain Paradox. Improve your mood, clear brain fog, and reverse disease by healing your microbiome. By Stephen R. Gundry, MD, with Jody Lipper. This is Stephen R. Gundry, MD. A note before we begin. Don't forget to download the enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider. It contains the Gut-Brain Paradox food list and will be referred to throughout as the enhancement. To Hippocrates, who famously said, "All disease begins in the gut." To Ignaz Philipp Semmelweis, MD, 1818 to 1865, for questioning his medical school professors at the Vienna General Hospital as to the real cause of childbed puerperal fever, at that time the leading cause of maternal death in childbirth. Prior to the discovery of bacteria, he correctly identified the cause as the lack of hand sterilization between cases, which he instituted for his own cases with profound results. But his practice was soundly repudiated by his peers. For his insights, he was declared a quack, deported to Budapest, placed into an asylum, and beaten to death. 15 years later, with the discovery of bacteria, his insights were proven and his place as the father of antisepsis heralded around the world. May he rest in peace. Science is based on experiment, on a willingness to challenge old dogma, on an openness to see the universe as it really is. Accordingly, science sometimes requires courage, at the very least the courage to question the conventional wisdom. Carl Sagan. Introduction. Let food be thy medicine. About a year ago, a 62-year-old woman who had been suffering from Parkinson's disease for 5 years with no relief found her way to my clinic. By that point, she was desperate for help. Before developing symptoms of Parkinson's, she was in excellent shape, a practiced marathon runner, but she now suffered from the severe tremors that are a hallmark of the disease. The medications this woman had been given by her neurologist hadn't helped, and her symptoms kept getting worse. By the time she came to see me, her balance was so far off that she was barely able to walk. She remained seated throughout our appointment with a flat affect and an expressionless face, also known as the mask of Parkinson's. With her speech halting, the patient's husband did most of the talking. I ran my usual blood tests and put this patient on a food and supplement program based on my findings. My physician's assistant did a follow-up phone consultation 6 months later, and the patient was seeing some improvements. 6 months after that, a year after I had first met her, I walked back into the same examination room I had first seen this patient in. She was a completely different woman. At first, I thought it was literally a different patient. I assumed I had mistakenly entered the wrong room. But it was her. She had a big smile on her face and zero tremors. Her husband, who was sitting next to her, jumped up as soon as he saw me and gave me a huge hug. "Thank you for giving me my wife back," he said, his eyes misting. "This is the girl I married. She is back to running every day. I can't keep up with her." Soon, all three of us were crying and hugging, with the grateful couple thanking me profusely. But I assured them, I'm no miracle worker. I provided an eating and supplement protocol. The rest of the healing work she did herself. And my amazing patients do the same thing every single day. Recently, another patient of mine saw an equally remarkable turnaround, this time a high schooler. She had been an impressive athlete before developing a movement disorder and postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, POTS, P-O-T-S.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?